Okay, so you downloaded the MintMate 14 and the Universal Installer, and hopefully they are in download somewhere or wherever you place them. I think downloads is the best place. So let's look into my downloads. Well, here I have the Universal Installer. I made a shortcut of it on the desktop. Right click, send to desktop. That's the whole thing. And then I have my MintMate here in a folder, which is my ISO. So those are the two components we need. So let's start the installer from the desktop. Here's my shortcut. Double click and yes. And all you have to say here is I agree. And you're already in the middle of the installer. You don't have to install this installer. It works directly from the exit. Now there are three settings you have to make here. One is first you have to select which Linux distro you want to install, and we want MintMate 14. So there's first a lot of Ubuntu's, Kubuntu's, Xubuntu's, everything which ends in Untu. And then comes the MintMate, or actually Mint. And it doesn't matter whether you use Fedora or Mate, it's the same thing. And it doesn't matter whether it's 32 or 46-bit. You just click on Mint 14, and then you are in business. And then you browse to the Mint 14 in downloads, which is here in downloads, MintMate, and you double click on that. And the last thing you do, and there you have to be very careful. You have to make sure you know the letter of your stick. My stick has a letter F. I verified that. You better verify that. So this is a stick, the USB stick on F. And then you want to set some persistent storage. Now this stick is a 16 gigabyte stick, so I give it 4 gigabytes. If you only have a 4 gigabyte stick, you may only want to use 2 gigabytes, so it has some space also to install the Mint system. And that's actually all you do. Then you say create, and you relax and wait until it's done. Here it tells you again the envelope is ready to perform, create blah blah blah, and install MintMate 14. Are you positive drive F is your USB device? Because if that happens to be another device or partition, then you're in trouble because it will actually erase everything. So make sure that your letter that you gave is actually your USB device. And if you say yes, then it starts. And that's what it does. And it installs all kinds of things. And as I said, it takes, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I just minimize this stuff and let it go. So we won't sit through all this time, but you see things are happening here. It's moving merrily along. I just minimize it and minimize that too and do something else. In the meantime, so that was actually all, and I thought that is very simple. The end result will be a USB stick with which you can boot your system. And I will see you in the next video with the USB stick, and we'll be recording from there.